Hey, yo, welcome back to No Tact Talk podcast, where the only rule here is to have no tact. It's early in the morning. You're probably going to hear this a couple of weeks from now. We both got our coffee. What is that, tea over there, man? Coffee, tea?
I got me some chai tea, a
Oh,
little chai tea latte.
All right. I got my coffee. Had to make another one. You hear the ASMR, y'all? That gulp. The mic is on high today. No, so I have an amazing guest today. We already been kind of chopping up, had a little mini podcast already. Got my boy Mitch. Okay, you probably seen him at some point in time. Comedian, writer, food critic. The guy. I mean, I personally saw him first talking about God's bird, and it was on a Sunday. At that, when you trying to go to Chick-fil-A to get another version of God's bird, but they always, you never crave Chick-fil-A. But on Sunday. But anyway, I want to go ahead and bring him in. I have no small talk in the beginning of this today. Welcome, Mitchell. How's it going? Insert applause here.
All the people, boy, I can't even hear you.
I put it in the post.
No, man, I'm good, man, and I totally agree with you. I really never crave Chick-fil-A like that until it's Sunday.
Ever. It's
like every now and then I'll have a craving, but Chick-fil-A on a Sunday, like the first Chick-fil-A that opens on a Sunday is going to be the best franchise in the world.
I actually looked it up one time, and he was like, I get it. People beg me all the time to do the franchise thing, to do it on Sunday. He said, I just will not budge. He said, I don't care. He did like polls and stuff. I think his vice president at one point in time said, hey, even if he just did it like once a month, it'd be like Chick-fil-A open on Sunday. He'll make at least like $2 million in like a half a day or something like that, just from one restaurant and from one region or whatever. I was like, go ahead.
That's the thing though, like he understands something real like true and like true to the whole business model. Like it's not going to be the same if you have access to it every day for 7 days.
That's true.
It's just not. It's like Beyonce is the greatest entertainer ever, but like you only see her how many, like once every 4 months, once every 6 months.
It's not the same. Beyonce though. I think she cool. I'm just saying.
I would just like to sell the beehive that I'm not doing with Beyonce.
I love Beyonce, but I'm just saying, just for one thing, on her birthday, bro, like everybody be like, you see millions of posts. Beyonce, happy birthday, babe. Beehive just said the third, but she never say thank you, ever.
Bro, how can you say thank you to all the people?
Just make one post. Thank y'all so much. I see even Rihanna done it one time. She just put one on her story. It was up there for 24 hours, and that was it. But I guess I don't know. Just say thank you.
But again though, like, listen, the king don't tell the crowd thank you for his birthday wishes and all the shit that they done done for him. That's expected. Like, I hate to say it, like it's crazy to think that we put people on that level. Yeah. But at the same time, like, come on, man, she got people. Then they'll be mad because she ain't say it in a different language because she got fans everywhere. You gotta say, like, she can't thank everybody. So don't thank nobody.
I get
if
that.
You ain't got her number, she probably ain't even read it anyway.
That's true.
You think Beyonce on Twitter on her birthday, like, she got $1 billion. She probably
she's somewhere in Guam on her own private island.
She's somewhere that's not on the map. Like, you talking about Guam.
Yeah, you're right.
Jay-Z and Beyonce got
probably
billions
on the moon right now, chilling. Anyway. I kind of got that mentality because I'm in the military. On my way out, hopefully soon, in the next couple of years. Because the first sergeant, the 1-star general, the big old guy, don't step on my grass type guy. I've always looked at that person like he put his uniform on just like I do, like put his pants on just like me. So like, I was like, you always like those people that's in these positions that they get it. They will come down and like, humanize it because people will make like a mini god of anybody. You need a certain type of platform or a certain type of this, and it's just like, man, like they doing this, that, and the third. Even me, I ain't that big. I ain't no Joe Rogan or nothing. But I'm just saying, people like, well, no, you got to use your platform for boom, 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 boom. I was like, yo, it's weird.
I mean, it's a very interesting thing when you talk about your platforms because, like, my opinion has always been you need to be pushing the culture or the world forward with your platform. you need to be, and then you just got to be true to yourself. Like, that's the biggest thing to me. It doesn't matter what you're doing. Yeah. If you true to what's really you and that's really you, then you doing what you're supposed to be doing with your platform.
Yeah, you got to be happy with the product you putting out.
I feel and it's got to be in line with why you was putting out product anyway. Like, I'm not big on, like, if you notice, I don't really talk about the vaccine and stuff like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I have an opinion, but like I'm a comedy page. I'm not here to do it. Only the closest I get to a vaccine is if I say, "Oh, I'm gonna do a zombie skit or something stupid that's just funny." Like,
do you usually put heavy topics in like your stand up at all?
Oh yeah, when I'm on stage, I'm just total, like, on stage me and online me are two totally different people.
What's the difference?
Like, online, I'm like, you can be making reactions. Like, I don't try to offend no groups of people. I'm just kind of just, you know what I'm saying? I'm online and I'm being a persona online.
Yeah.
On stage, I'm really touching topics that might make you uncomfortable. Yeah. But I'm funny. Like, to me, I'm on stage.
Yeah. I think it's
like stand up is like my. I don't even care about I don't even care about social media and stuff like that. To be honest, like, not heavily. Mm-hmm. Like, I use my social media as a megaphone for the microphone when I'm on stage. So like, a lot of people don't know me on stage, but they know me online. And that'll eventually lead to them seeing me on stage in some form, whether they buying a ticket or when I put out the special, they see the special. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like an avenue that came out of nowhere because I just started the comedy page in January.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's doing very well. So like with the reaction videos, do you cook it all, like with the food, like, or you just like react to them? Like, how did that start?
Oh no, I like to cook, but okay. I mean, I cook to eat for myself. You know what I'm saying? You know, I cook for the house, whoever in the house at the time. I'm not cooking for a bunch of people, but I mean, yeah, I love to eat. I love food, but what happened with the reaction videos, it was highly unintentional.
Okay.
So, excuse me. What happened was what happened was I started the comedy page in January. And I was just posting clips of my stand-up and kind of chronicling my stand-up journey as a stand-up comedian. Yeah. I had just started the previous year during the pandemic. So I'm saying, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Clips. And I wasn't getting, bro, you know how your page is when you first started. It was bad. So I was always just trying to figure out how to get more views. I was learning, like, I knew about Instagram. My dog I did my dog's page, and he has like 4,000, 5,000 followers. So I had kind of like a feel of how to like build a page, get a following and kind of work it. Yeah. So I was trying to do the same thing, but in reverse, but it wasn't as easy because, like, with dogs, bro, everybody loves dogs.
It's easy.
Everybody. Yeah. He got 4,000 followers, and I probably haven't posted in 2021.
Same thing with my dog. I got like a little poodle. And so, like, what keeps me going, because like I have my page, which is obviously the main page where most of the traffic is, and then I got the No Tact Talk page. So like, it's in competition with my dog, right? Because I think right now they both at like 200 and something. So anytime my dog gets more followers in the like the basic podcast page, I'm like, yo, I gotta do something different.
Oh, my private page has like 500 followers.
Man,
no lie, 500, bro. And I've had this page since college, I think.
You feel me? It ain't nobody following.
And ain't nobody wanted to know what I was doing until I started making people laugh. But that goes back to, like, I just wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing originally anyway. But so I made the page. And I started doing, what happened was I was up one night cutting up one of my stand-up clips. Cause what I would do is I'd go on stage and just do like new stuff that I was working on. And I'd take a clip of it and then I'd post that clip online of like, me saying stupid stuff on stage. And IG was like, oh, you got this new feature called remixing. So like I was sitting on the couch. Yeah. So I just, all right, let me check this out while I'm up on IG. You know what I'm saying? Check that I made one. I was like, oh, it's a side by side. You can count. Yeah. So I just real quick went to the reels and I just picked the reel just randomly. It was, it was one with the dude, he was working on the electricity wires. It's like my first, like one of the first ones. Now, at the time, my reels and my comedy been getting close to 1,000. My biggest one was like 1,500 views. Okay. I post that remix reel, just fucking around. And I woke up the next morning and it had like 40,000 views. Jeez. I'm like, it was some astronomical. I don't know if it was 40,000. It was some astronomical.
Something to make you know, because when they blow up, even with my dogs, I know about. I think 2 of them went kind of viral on No Tact page. But my dog, we posted a picture of him just running. We put some little running. It was something stupid. He wasn't even doing it. It was like 6 seconds. And then I put my phone down. I'm playing Call of Duty. I pick it back up. I'm like, yo,
bro. I woke up. It was crazy. And I said, all right, I'm gonna start doing some reaction videos. You feel me? Because obviously these is getting me some traffic. But if you go back and look, I was still doing more stand-up clips. Yeah. And then I was sprinkling a reaction to try to drive traffic to see the stand-up clips.
For sure.
And then like slowly but surely, I just started transitioning into I'm getting way more views doing this. I'm gonna just do more reels, less stand-up clips, sprinkle them in. And then one day, bro, I did a food reel. Yeah. And I don't even know if I just did one. And I started noticing that food got the most views. Like I was already getting more views because I was doing remixing the reels, but then food was just like a crazy, like it had a crazy group of people already just waiting for it.
You know what I'm saying? Different market, yeah, for sure.
So I was looking at the views again. I'm like, all right, food gets the most views. So I'm gonna start doing more food videos, and that's kind of how it started. Like I just started doing more food videos, and then I had learned that at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. is like the 2 best times to post on IG to get seen. So I don't know about you, but you're in the military, so you probably be up. But at 7 a.m., boy, I be like looking crazy. So I would have my alarm set to wake up. I'd have the video saved as a draft. I just, post it and I come up with something real quick and then I go back to sleep. So one morning I just was lazy, bro. I had the video, but I wasn't thinking about shit. So I just said smash pass.
Well, okay, yeah.
Next thing I know, when I woke up in like an hour, 2 hours later, I got more comments. I got the same amount of views, but I got comments was hundreds of more comments now by just saying that. So I'm like, all right, how about we just make food in the smash? We just put it all in one. I don't have to come up with anything anymore. I don't have to come up with a clever catchphrase. I just smash a pass. And that's how it kind of it started, it stuck, and then everybody was just like, hey, I'm gonna go follow bro, because this is funny.
And then you started getting more engagement on the clips and stuff as well.
It was weird because I really stopped, there was a time where I had stopped posting the clips, but it wasn't because I wasn't still doing it. It was because I was getting deeper into comedy. And so I had started really honing in on my 5 and my 10 and my 15 and building the material out, that I was no longer just going on stage and doing 5-10 minutes of just shit I had just wrote. I was, structurally working on stuff. So it was a lot of repetition. And through that repetition, I didn't want to kill my joke or give away the jokes that I had by just constantly posting them. So I would post like little shit and little laughter parts, or like when I would go, I'm pretty good like on my feet. So like I, you know what I'm saying, fuck with the crowd, do some crowd work. I might post my crowd work. But I had really kind of like transitioned just doing all remixes.
Cause it's not like you can really copyright a joke, right? Or no? How does it?
Bro, it's hard. Like the joke stealing it goes on a lot and it's around and it's a big ass thing, bro. Like, and it's crazy you brought that up, bro. One, like as comedians, joke stealing is like the worst, bro. You get caught stealing somebody's joke, like it's gonna be bad. But the worst part about it is like it's so many comedians out there that like sometimes you don't even know somebody stole a joke till you come across the OG comedian, and then you like, damn, I've been giving bruh credit for this. You know, like that recently happened where I heard a joke at an open mic, and after I heard it, like you as a fan of comedy, I went up to I'm like, bro, that joke, like, oh my God, like that is like it was perfectly written, beautifully. It was just perfect, bro. Like, and you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, yo, bro, I fuck with like that shit was cool. And probably like a month or so went by, 2 months went by. And just recently, you know, the Ezel from Friday died.
Yeah.
And you know, when people die, all of their stuff kind of come back to the surface. So he got a whole set, like a 30-minute set on YouTube where you can watch him doing stand-up comedy. He funny. And I'm watching it just to kind of like, because I be watching comedy all the time, kind of just watching it. And I hear the joke and I'm like, I'm talking about word for word. And this somebody that's my age, somebody new in the game, so you know where he stole it, bro. Man. But when you think about Isaiah, you don't think about his stand-up comedy, you think about Friday. You probably would never come, unless you went to his show, you probably would never come across like his material like that. But then when I heard it on the, you know, it's always gonna come up, bro. You hear it and it's like,
so when you congratulated old buddy, he didn't even look like spooked or nothing like on that particular joke. He just took W and kept on going.
No, because when motherfuckers steal jokes, they do that shit a lot. Like they steal jokes and they perform that joke a lot. So like, and a lot of people do it as a coping mechanism. They'll be like, shit, if things ain't going well, I'm gonna do such and such joke because I know it'll work. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. So he ain't even be like, he could have been like, bro, that ain't even my shit. You know what I'm saying? Well, I guess you can't really do that, but like, I don't know.
What's your process like when you making your jokes? Because it's when I listen to comedians all the time and they all have their method. It's not really secretive, you know, but like you saying, it's like y'all go into like a state. Hey, I'm building jokes. I'm formulating the craft. Like you said, a different sets. I never understood that. Like, how do you even formulate a 10-minute set or a 30-minute set? What's your process look like?
So I mean, that's tough because
I don't want the secret sauce. I'm just give us an outline.
Oh no, I mean, it really is no secrets to it. Like, so first you have to be funny. Like, that's just step one. Like, if you're not a funny person or if you don't know how to make things funny, like, regardless of how much work you put into it, it's gonna always not feel right or be right. So that's one. But then two, like, the best comedy is genuine. So it's got to be something that you see that you thought was funny. That like, so for me, it's always thoughts or something's happening, and I be put a twist on something that's happening in my mind. Be like, that's crazy. Like, I can't help but see comedy in everything. So when I'm just looking at some shit, I'm thinking comedy at all times because that's just how my brain works. Even before I was a comedian, that's just, you know what I'm saying, how I was wired.
Yeah.
So if I think of something funny, I'm gonna write that shit down. You know what I'm saying? Or I'll put it in my phone. And most of the time, that's the premise. You know what I'm saying? So I'll give you an example. Joke I just wrote yesterday that I'm working on. I seen that Candace Parker had wore, was it Candace? It was one of the WNBA girls. They had their jersey dress on. They had a jersey dress on.
Okay.
And with the jersey dress, you know what I'm saying, they were actually wearing their fucking jersey, but it was a jersey dress, and they was coming into the pregame for the playoffs. I was like, that's hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, that's hard. And then I go, they should just play in those at all times. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's tough. I like
that's tough.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I don't know. I want to see women playing in dresses or anything. Like, my mindset was, yo, they should play in those because nothing would be more entertaining or iconic than if Brittany Griner dunked and her dick fell out of the bottom of that bitch. You see, that's what I'm saying.
And then they talking about ratings. They want to get paid more. That
ratings, bro. And I'm not gonna tell you all the. I got jokes after jokes after jokes after that, but like literally that was a 1 minute, 1.5 minute process because I saw the picture and then my brain just goes there or it goes somewhere and it's like, all right, let me write that down. Or when I'm even doing it, like I'll tell somebody that, and then while I'm like how I just told you that. Mm-hmm. Everything that comes to my mind after that, I'll say them. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'll try them out and then I can see like, oh, after I told him that premise, you know what I'm saying? And he was laughing. I know the premise is good. Now, all of these things that I said after that, where I was really just off the top of the head coming up with stuff, these two right here were really funny. And I can use these two to go in this direction, that direction.
You just keeping it going. Okay, you break it down that initial wall, and then you kind of keep it going from there.
Then it's like, all right, now that I have this joke or this idea, you know what I'm saying? Most of the time when you first get them, depending on what kind of comedy you do, most of the time you first get them, it's going to be real, what we call fatty. So it's going, you know what I'm saying? You go to an open mic, it might take you 2 minutes to get it all the way out, you know, and you're only going to get 5 minutes at an open mic anyway. So, you know what I'm saying? You might work on 2 jokes, 3 jokes if you're really working on something because it's going to be fatty. But then what you do is after you perform it 1 or 2 times at open mics, you like, oh, okay, I can take all of this out, put this here, take all of it. You know what I'm saying? You cut the fat to like it's a concrete what you see when you see
5 minutes
tell jokes.
Yeah.
And then, well, that's just one joke. After that, you take the joke and then you really have to figure out what kind of set you're gonna do. So like in a 5-minute set, you can have people like Red Fox, Red Fox has 65 comedy albums. Red Fox is not like a long storyteller. You know what I'm saying? He's 1, 2, 3-liner jokes, you know what I'm saying? And he's spitting them out. You know what I'm saying? Probably 100 jokes in an hour-long special. And none of them really connect together, but they can all be funny. They can connect in little small ways. Mm-hmm. So that's one way you could be. And if you build that type of set, it's just how many jokes can I fit in that 5 minutes to get the most laughs? That's literally what that set would be.
Okay.
But then if you more of like, let's say a Richard Pryor type comedian, you gonna be, it's a lot more essence to it to where you gotta set it up a certain way. And then when you set it up, it's how you deliver, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then this ties into this all like a long story. So it's almost like I'm just talking to you in one big thought, but it's still 5 minutes. So in that scenario, it's the same. You still want to get the most laughs, but you know, in this scenario,
you wait for that big laugh at the end.
You might have 4 jokes in this. You might have 4 jokes total in this whole 5-minute set. Whereas in this one, you might have 10, 15 jokes. 2 totally different styles. Both of them are like gods to me, but 2 totally different styles, totally different 5-minute sets that they have to build.
Wow, and when you look so much into it, goodness.
Yeah, when you do it like when it's like that, it's really trial and error. You have to go out there and say, I'm gonna do this lineup of jokes in this 5 minutes. Ooh, this don't work. This don't work. I lost them here. These are good jokes, but they don't work here and here. Then you gotta switch it around. Go try it again. Switch it around. Go try it again. And then with the more Richard Pryor style, the more you tell the joke, the more you learn how to like. So make laugh, that keep the low
Yeah.
and still get as many laughs, but you only gonna be telling one joke. You know what I'm saying? You might have you might have one word in this 2-minute joke that at like the 1 minute mark that keeps people laughing and engaged so that you can set them up for the whole, you know what I'm saying, bring the wave down.
I feel it.
So it's a lot. And then that's only 5-minute sets. So you watch a special.
Being a comedian is probably top 3 hardest jobs of all time. I don't care what nobody says. It gotta be, right? Because what made you want to do that? What do you think?
There are less comedians on earth than in any other profession.
It's crazy.
Like professional comedians than in any other profession. And it's always been like that. It'll probably always be like that. And what was your question?
What made you do that? Because it's like, okay, yeah, it's a difference between being like funny around the family or bro, you just funny, then to, hey, I'm gonna get on stage and grab this mic and I'm gonna legit take you from quiet to weak. like how do you decide you want to do that? It's like a profession. Cause it blows my mind. I talk all the time, do the podcast. I've hosted different joints, keynotes, whatever, but to make somebody laugh, let me be my own. So it's one thing. Like again, if I just decide a joke in there as a host, ha ha ha, it was no pressure. But you coming to see me laugh, that you paid for this, especially, yo.
Yeah. So, I mean, for me, it was I don't know if you are like this, but for me, I always had the dream of being you always know what you wanted to be. It like that little kid that you could go back and look at yourself as and be like, bro, that little kid knew exactly what the fuck he wanted to do. He wanted to fucking be an astronaut or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
And he did it. Right.
But most of the time, like when we look back at ourselves as kids, we say, damn, that kid wanted to be X, Y, and Z. And he didn't do it because life basically told him he couldn't, or life told him that it was too hard. You know what I'm saying? They tell you, oh, you go back and you look at the notes that you wrote for your mom, I'm going to be president one day. You stop wanting to be president because you realized that it was only one president in this entire country. And you said, bro, that's probably way too hard to do. Or you wanted to be an astronaut and like you just grew up and you realized that, like, I ain't gonna be no damn astronaut. Like, shit like that. Like even people who shoot for the stars, they'll tell you, bro, what they want to be as a kid is not what they're at. It's not what they are. So like for me, and it goes back to what we were talking about before the podcast, like Southern Baptist family, both parents teachers, like I couldn't even watch stand up on TV as a kid because as soon as my mama heard the first beep, not the cuss word, but the beep, yeah, we need you to
couldn't even listen to censored comedy.
You know what I'm saying? So that was tough. But like I had that, and I think it was that you can't watch that made me like, ooh, I want to watch it. And then watching it, like I just felt like it was perfect for me. I'm like, bro, if you made me talk in front of somebody or in front of a group of people for an hour, I wouldn't hesitate. Like, I'm gonna just start talking. And then naturally, I want people to laugh. That's like an inclination. I want you to laugh. I want you to see you smile, have a good time. So, you know what I'm saying? It came natural. But like I said, like I couldn't be like, Mom, I want to be a comedian.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And like, I failed as a parent.
My sister was a perfect child. And my sister like became a doctor. Like when I say perfect child, I'm talking about never missed a day of school, all through, like never got a B. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
like
so sorry,
perfect
bro.
child. And she wanted to be a doctor from a kid. So she did her shit. I couldn't be like, oh, I want to be a comedian. So, and knowing that I had to, like, my mom was like, it's 2 things I want in life. Well, 3 things. She was like, I don't want you to go to jail. I want you to get your high school diploma and a college degree. That was her, like, mission in life.
Same.
So, like, I knew I had to go. So I guess I just, like, for the longest, I just, just say, fuck it, bro. Like, I know I could do it, but, man, you know what I'm saying? Graduated from college, moved to D.C., Bennett was up here for like 2 or 3 years. And I had said that on my birthday, I had found like this open mic thing. I was like, on my birthday, I'm gonna go do it one time. And I hit the dude up, had a spot and everything. I was like, bet I'm gonna go do it. And this was like October 10th, 2019. I was like, I'm gonna go do it.
All right.
And I literally just I guess I chickened out. I just didn't do it, bro. Like I didn't go at all. Just didn't do it. And like I was mad at myself, but at the same time, it was just like, damn. But at the time, I was so naive. I thought like this was the only place to do comedy, and we were going into the pandemic. So for an entire year, I just didn't do anything. I just put it on the back burner again.
Were you writing either or nothing at all? Okay.
I would say like I had started like writing stuff that I thought was funny down, or like writing, but I wasn't at all thinking like, oh, this is material. I just had, you know what I'm saying, just funny thoughts. But I had started that in that year, I had started getting in the mindset that like, oh, let me write this down because I could be a great comedian if I just, you know, if I tried. But so I don't forget this funniness, I'm gonna keep it. And then it kind of, I guess that kind of started it. Okay. Like that kind of like, for that year, I wasn't like writing every day. I wasn't writing every week. I would just like, if something funny happened or I thought of something, I might put it in my phone. Yeah. Most of the time I wasn't. October 10th, well, the next year comes around and I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'm gonna go do that mic that I said I was gonna do. I'm gonna do it for my birthday this year, right? It's we was in the pandemic, 2020 pandemic, like, you know, I had been working from home. Like, all right, but we gonna try. Let's try. Hit dude up, got on the same mic. So October 10th, 2020, I went and I did an open mic. And to give you an idea of how unprepared I was, I woke up that morning and I hotboxed in the car and I wrote a set. I just wrote some shit that I thought was funny.
How long did it have to be? Like 10 minutes?
This was a crazy thing, bro. They didn't give me no time. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking like 5 minutes, but they didn't give me how much time I was doing because, again, I didn't know anything about comedy. Looking back on it, this was a terribly run show. You know what I'm saying? There were way too many comedians, but it was a good, like, you know what I'm saying?
It's a good vibe, yeah.
Fuck it. A good place to jump off. I go, I write my shit down. I don't know how long it is. I haven't practiced any of it. You know what I'm saying? I literally just wrote these jokes. And they weren't even, boy.
Yeah.
Go, get on stage, and I think I do like 8 minutes.
Okay.
And I had a good consistent laughs, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't bad at all, or it didn't bomb by any standard. Okay. I was like, and when I got off the stage, I remember telling my girl that was with me, I was like, I found that shit, bro. Like, I'm never gonna not do that. Like, I remember the moment, just like walking away, just like, I knew I could do it. I knew it. You know what I'm saying? That like Eureka was like,
you validating yourself for sure.
Yeah, it was like I fucking knew it. It was like the first time you went out for the team and then you dropped 20 in the game or some shit. You know what I'm saying? It was like I knew it. So I was like, I'm gonna go back to the next show. Cause again, I didn't know nothing about the comedy scene or anything. So I was just going to this one place. And it was, I want to say 2 weeks later, I did the same process. Wrote new stuff. Cause again, I was trying to do different material every time I hit the stage. I was like, I don't want nobody to see me one.
So you weren't doing the fine tune. You weren't doing the fine tuning yet.
Okay. I was not a comedian.
Okay, gotcha.
When I started off, I had zero direction. Like that whole fine tuning that has come over this last year of life. Sure. But and what happened was the second time, I think I do like 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Similar scenario. Good laughs, good presence. I'm not nervous. I'm up there. I'm like, I've done 20 minutes of comedy and I'm not bad. You know what I'm saying?
So what's the difference between when you chickened out the year prior to now? Like what changed?
I was just mad at myself for chickening out that year prior because I was just like, bro, I could have did it. You know, I was just in my head. And I guess I was kind of with the pandemic going on, I was kind of like everybody else, I was kind of trying to find like my side, something to do on the side, like a hobby, something to really get into and like that I like. So I'm like, all right. So after the second time, the dude who's hosting pulls me to the side and is like, yo, bro, you're good. Like, he's like, you're good, but you need to start trying to like hone your jokes down, get a solid 5 minutes. He's like, because what's going to happen is somebody's going to ask for you to be on a show, to book you for a show, and they going to want you to do your best 5 minutes. And that's what you're going to need to do. And even like when he said it, I was like, no, I want them to, I was like, I want them to see something different.
They're going to get what I give them every time.
Yeah, I was like, they're laughing at both times I've been on stage. They're laughing.
You're wrong. Like, sir, you're wrong.
And he's been in, like, this dude has been in the game for like 15 years, 20 years. Okay. I'm like, no, you're fucking wrong. Absolutely not.
I feel it.
So, but I went back, did the third one similar, but I started understanding that, okay, because what happened was in the second show, I had a joke. And the joke was so good, like the setup of it and the premise of it was so good that I just kept thinking about it and I kept working on it. So I like, because of that one joke, I started working on my material from the week before, because I'm like, oh, this joke really works. I have to use this one again because I have so much more to add to it now.
Okay.
So I started with that one joke. And it's crazy because that joke, like, is to this day is like one of my best jokes. Like, where I didn't keep much from the first 3 or 4 times I was on stage, but that joke is a fucking staple. Like, and it keeps just getting better and better and better. So I guess when, you know what I'm saying, all of that happened, that's how I learned, all right, there's a process. And then I started finding out, because I started talking to more and more comedians like, oh, yo, bro, you knew, like, you know what I'm saying? Because people were starting to say like, oh, okay, who's this dude that's at the, you know, the very, very end of the show where everybody leaving, but he's hilarious. Like, hold on. So I started finding out about open mics. Because what I was doing, what it turned out was, it was open mic style, but it was actually a show that people had came to see. So I was actually on a show my first 3 times on stage. And then I found out that there were open mics that you could go work on stuff. And like, you could really just like get a mic, and there'd probably be a lot of comedians, a couple people, and you could like try your material out, see what works, see what don't work on flows.
Okay.
So like, that's how, like, mentally, that's how I guess I got into comedy, and how I was like, once I did it, it was like that little kid was like, I told you we had this shit. Then
I knew I could do it.
I knew I could do it. And then after the I knew I could do it moment, it was just like an addiction.
Yeah.
And then from that addiction, like October 10th, 2020, and then January 2nd, I created the Comedian Mitch page. Actually, I had another page and I got locked out of the page because I started, you can go look, it's Money Mitch Comedy, but I started the page from another page that I actually had.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And then I no longer had the access to that email. And so like, they know, Instagram just locked me out and I never could get back. I had like 500, 300 followers or something. So on January 2nd, I started a brand new page.
Okay.
And that brand new page, like we talked about, it was the reels. Like first it was just comedy stuff, then it was the reels, and then now we at what, 69,000?
Yeah, you up there, dog. Yeah.
So like, and I get booked for shows and things. A lot of people know me on the comedy scene up here because they're like, oh, hold on, bro. Yeah, you bro. And then when they see me on stage, they like, yo, bro, you're funny on both, but you're
I think now, I think now it's like people are like, well, that's just an internet comedian, or no, he does this. So like, when you can do both, it's like, oh, okay, now you at that next level. I listened to Jess Hilarious's podcast one time, and she said, well, how she even started doing comedy. Martin hit her up And Lamar hit her up and said, "Hey, I need you." He assumed because she said she did comedy, but she never done anything. He assumed he said, "I need you to do a 10-minute, I think 30-minute set, something like that." She said she had never done it. She didn't bomb nothing like that either, but she was like, "Yo, like this is probably one of the hardest things I've ever done." But she said, "I know so many other internet comedians who feel like they can do it just because they funny for 60 seconds, and they just it's terrible." So that's a testament to you for real.
Man, it is, but honestly, for me, IG success was luck. Like,
what? I don't
obviously,
think it's luck though, man. I think it's just your time. Like you said, you just so happen to put Smash or Pass. Like, because the greatest stories you hear aren't on purpose. It was, you know what I'm saying? Like, how did we get peanut butter and jelly? Oh, mistake.
I feel like, but see, okay, so I guess we said similar things, whether it's my time or it's luck. Like, you gotta have a little bit of luck.
Yeah.
So, like, I didn't know that I was gonna be great at internet comedy.
Okay.
I knew that I could be great at stand-up comedy. I didn't know that I would actually put work in to grow my following on IG. I knew after I walked off the stage, I was like, I would never stop writing jokes. You know what I'm saying? I will, I knew it. So when I say, like, I don't put a lot of stock in my IG, I love my IG. But all my focus, well, not all my focus, but my big focus is stand-up.
Yeah.
Because again, like you say, I don't want you to give me an opportunity to do stand-up and then you like, he's funnier online.
Right.
Every time you see me do stand-up, I want you to be like, wow, like I was expecting food critic, maybe a couple little chuckle jokes, and this guy is he's actually a stand-up comedian who has an online presence, not a presence who's trying stand-up. You know what I'm saying?
You could tell the difference. I saw a couple of your videos, and I always look at people's cadence. I look at preachers' cadence, comedians, speakers, and it's like it's like body language, right? You know, the way you command the room. Even one of them, I think people was like trying to shush in the background. And you didn't even care. And because you was just commanding that room, and then maybe like halfway through, people start kind of getting quiet. And I specifically remember somebody saying, "Oh, it was lady in the background." She was like, somebody was shushing. She was like, "No, don't worry about it. He don't care," or something like that. He doing it, or something like that, right? And I was like, "Yo," because he like the way he was walking around, like it was a vibe. It was crazy how you developed it.
It's the weird. I hate watching myself on film.
It's weird for me too.
I film almost every single time I'm on stage, open mics, everything. Speaking of that, side note, if you want to go see those first 3 sets, they are on my YouTube for everybody else. So like you can see my first 3 on YouTube. You can see those first 3 times I was on stage at that one place, and you can tell, that it's like I'm new because it's not like
maybe you can, but I couldn't. That's what I'm saying. Like you took it on. And
bro, so I was just like,
because you looking at other comedians because you like know you've been in the area, but like I even look at other podcasts, the speakers and stuff. I'm like, oh, he made a mistake right there. Okay, cool. Maybe he fixed that perfectly. I don't even know what they're saying. It's weird. Like you said, you had a mindset for comedy in the first place because you're looking at how they're doing it, the setup, and it's amazing how like you can naturally have a knack for things in your brain. That's how you say you felt like I was meant to do this. I tell people all the time how I came to my purpose, calling, what I'm supposed to do, whatever. Is I just knew, and everybody says this, but I was like, man, it's just something about me that I just know I was just meant for more than this, my surroundings. And I feel like a lot of people feel like that, but they just never, like you said, they never really do it. But you gotta take a chance on yourself at some point, just to try, just to see. Cause maybe it's you lying, so I don't know, but you gotta try at least, right?
I mean, it's really weird because the thing that's fucking what you're saying up is money.
Yeah, they starving artist type feel. Yeah,
they give you money to keep you from doing your dream or whatever you're actually supposed to be doing.
Big facts.
And in reality, you know what I'm saying, quote unquote, because there's going to be problems and things that you just absolutely have to take care of. But in reality, If you just focus on what you're supposed to be doing, it'll pay you more money than you'll ever need. It time and time again, it just proves itself by people who do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I think the hardest part for us is we're raised to go get money.
Yeah.
Our entire life,
college,
money
get a degree, get a 9 to 5, white picket fence.
What's the first thing you remember your mama really telling you? Do you got McDonald's money? Like, money is the first thing that is put in your mind that you have to have. Yeah. You don't have no money for that. I pay your bills. Da, 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 da. So in your mind, you're already trained to get money. You go to school and they train you to go and work for somebody. And they say the better I train you, or the more you fall in line and discipline here in school, the better job you'll get. Meaning, like, you have the discipline to do what you need to do, but they are telling you, hey, we're gonna pay you real, real good not to go do that. Just come on over here and work for me.
That's wild.
And so, like, money is like, money controls where people go. And money controls what people think about, like, what they're supposed to be doing. So a lot of people don't find their purpose because they're trying to pay. They're trying to get money. And then when they get the money, they're addicted to it. So, like, a lot of people say, oh, if I only had $100,000, if I could get $100,000 right here, I'd chase my dream, I'd be able to do all of this. They get 100,000 and they continue to do what they needed. They continue to do what they did to get the 100,000 instead of focusing on why they needed it in the first place, because they're addicted to the money. And they've spent some of it, so they want more. They starting to buy things, and those things bring temporary happiness. And if you can continuously buy temporary happiness, you can fool yourself into being happy about some shit.
And now you 60, your dream's gone, and that's it. That's why.
Yeah, so, like, I feel like that's a big thing. Money is the root of people not saying I'm gonna chase my dream. Yeah. That's why it's easier for broke people to come up from the bottom than somebody who's on the top and to continue success. Like, it's easier for Jordan to train and become Michael Jordan than it was for his son to be the next Michael Jordan.
Oh, you ain't lying. You ain't lying. I was just talking about LeBron's son the other day. I'm like, man, they gotta suck. I always had that spotlight on you like that, not just for you, but just to be LeBron's son for like the first 20 years of your life. It gotta be tough.
That's for the rest of your life, my guy. Like,
I think you can break off a little bit, but I don't know, maybe not. Because
if he is not an NBA star, people are gonna call him a failure.
They're gonna say Michael Jordan failed. Like, man, you Michael Jordan, you couldn't even raise the baller. Yeah.
Listen, if your son, like, name me somebody's son who you was like, he's a success. Everybody's famous son. Denzel Washington's son. If he wasn't active in movies, you'd be like, nigga, your daddy Denzel, and you out here failed. You out here being an accountant. What the fuck? Like, you see what I'm saying?
I hate people that's like 7 feet tall and never played a sport in their life. I met a guy. I'm like 5'10", I think, 5'9", 5'10". But dude, I mean, he looked like he played basketball. Hey man, what position you play? Let me see the game. Oh no, I play chess and I'm a dental assistant. I said, are you serious? You mean you 6'9" and you wasted all that? Yeah, man. I just wanted to go a different. No, you play basketball. Because there's 5'10" people out here want that height and be able to dunk, just tippy toe and dunk, and you out here wasting all that height God gave you.
I just don't believe God's God-given ability that he gave you was to be a tall dental assistant.
This just don't make sense.
If he wanted you to be a dental assistant, he would have put you closer to the ground so you didn't have to bend the fuck over so far, buddy. Right. Okay? He put you up there so you could dunk a basketball. Ain't nothing else.
That's what I asked him. He's like, I just raised the chair up really high. I was like, what?
I could see if you was like an apple picker or something. You got to do something where you have to use your height. I don't care what it is. Even if it's just picking midgets up and putting them somewhere higher, you got to do something.
Can you imagine being the person in the seat? You know, you go to the dentist and raise up a little bit, but he just like pressing that button with his foot. You going up for like 5 minutes.
Did you see the little did you see that IG thing where dude got his femurs and like he got his legs?
No, he got taller.
Boy, man, I said to myself,
that ain't the whitest stuff I ever seen. Oh,
let me tell you something. Let me find out. I'm
no.
5'6", boy. If that thing real, I'm gonna be 6'8" tomorrow.
So
LeBron in trouble.
most short people have motivations. That's not short. The dude was like, I think he said 5'3" or something. I think it was shorter than that.
5'6" is short for me, motherfucker.
I mean,
if they can make me 6'8", LeBron is in trouble.
It depends on who you standing beside. Bro. I don't want to go no higher than 6'1", because after that you having like joint issues. Everybody ain't got $1 million a day just from a physical therapist to keep you straight.
I will. You listen. If I was 6'8" tomorrow, I would have $1 million.
I'm drafting.
Niggas would be like, right he is the next coming. I would be a dual sport athlete today. Man. I haven't used up any of my college eligibility. I would, boy, what? Football, basketball, baseball, soccer. I'd be the best goalie in the league.
Just something, bowler, anything.
But now you can't bowl it. Now that ain't. I don't need to be tall for that. Baseball, anything. I'm telling you.
Tennis.
I'm gonna play something.
Yeah.
6'8".
Water polo. Long reach.
Standing up in the pool, just throwing the ball through the net. Just bitch.
I was saying that. I was like, he worked his whole life to get all that money just to be taller. He had no other dream. That's what I was saying to myself. Like he didn't care about dreams, goals. He said, I heard it was a surgery. How much money I need? Bet. He said, I'm gonna use all this. Go ahead.
My roommate in college was 6'8". Not a basketball player.
See, that's why you feel like that. It's all about who you stand beside. Because that's about average. 5'6", 5'8", you know.
All I'm saying is if I'm 6'8", my God, I'm in the league tomorrow. Listen. The Golden State Warriors don't have to worry about how they.
He said Yao Ming had a career. He can do nothing.
The Golden State Warriors do not have to worry about how we gonna beat the Lakers, nigga. Me, Steph, Clay, and Draymond, and Andrew Wiggins can even stay. Boy, we finna go 82-0 if I'm 6'8".
Just stand right there.
Oh no, I'm not even gonna be. No, I'm gonna be out there like 6'8" Kobe Bryant.
Oh,
mixed with.
All right, KD.
Yeah. I'm not coming out there just to post up. Oh no, 6'8" me is nasty. Yeet. I'm coming through the lane like 2K. Yeah.
99 on everything.
Hey, just like that Brittany Griner with my dick slapping people in the face. 6'8" me.
Yeah. All right. So before we go, I can get to the last two questions. I gotta ask. Okay, no particular order. I gotta ask. It's probably the only one that you probably get asked all the time. You already know what's coming, but I gotta ask.
Okay. Top 5 or top 3? Because please say 5.
I'll say 5, but I'm gonna say dead or alive in no particular order. That makes it better. I don't want no particular orders. Because it's also a question of like who motivates you as well, like where you kind of get your style from, who you look up to, kind of feel. But you gotta ask.
Top 5, you said top 3 dead or alive?
The 3 or 5, up to you. You can do 2 honorable mentions, however you want to do it, but who you got? Who did mom cut the TV off on? Who was you watching then?
Everybody.
Right.
I was like whoever was on Comedy Central, just everybody. But Richard Pryor, Dave Chappelle, George Carlin, Red Fox. And I'm just leaving the 5th to be a mystery for people.
Ooh, like myself, one day.
Hey, not real talk. Most of the time I do say myself.
You got to, right?
I cannot pick. Nah, I can't pick a 5, bro. I cannot pick a 5. It's way too hard for me. Because like my top 3, Richard, Dave, and Carlin to me are like Jordan, Kobe, and fucking Larry Bird. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Because I think my favorite is Dave. And I got a lot of Dave and Chris from you because not only are you funny, but you like a genius low-key too for me. Because it's like you bring out facts that you didn't even think was coming up. Like you funny, you on this side of the aisle, and then you like, no, just so y'all know, in 1978, I'm like, yo, okay. Oh, yeah, and then still, yeah. So like you giving a lot of facts, but you could tell the crowd is surprised too, because they think you're on one tip, but he's like, no, I'm multifaceted. You gonna get all this me. You know?
Yeah, I always try to make them like I want them to learn something. And then I talk about race a lot.
Yeah.
So like I use factual stuff, but like the overall gist of it always is like, bro, that shit's stupid. Like I'm making fun of race a lot, but you know what I'm saying? I also do it in a way where it's like educational. So like if you learn some shit you don't like, then you know, but yeah, Richard to me is like the GOAT. But Dave to me is also like the GOAT. So it's like they 1A and 1B, and I don't argue who you put over who.
No. Yeah, they're both storytellers. They both give you some information, you know, obviously at different time periods, you know, but I mean, I think I was talking to somebody about Dave, and you know, he ain't gotta make you laugh no more at this point. You just like Dave. He just sit down and talk for 10 minutes, and it's like, oh, okay. He'll throw some jokes in there just to remind you at a set, but he just getting stuff off his brain.
I'm gonna tell you the one thing that's different between the two.
Okay.
You know damn near everything about Richard Pryor when he leave the stage.
Yeah.
Like, he don't spare no expense. He buried all, like, that's what made him to me, that would make him the greatest. Is that his greatest joke was always himself and what was going on with himself. And like, if you go back and listen to his old stuff, he talking about his childhood. He really is going on stage and talking out all of his traumas,
therapy,
and talking about all of his problems. But he do it in a way, and he sell out on every fucking character. Like, that's another thing that, like, Dave is a genius in himself, because Dave just stand still and kill your ass for an hour.
But he just light a cigarette, drink some water, and that's it.
But Richard, bro,
Richard,
like, Richard put and then like you could go in your mind, you could go every scene. You could go into a scene with goddamn Richard Pryor. Whereas with Dave, you is in that setting and you.
Well, it's kind of like two Daves though, right? Because early Dave, when he was younger, you remember the big old shirts, remember seeing his old stand up too. He was a little animated as well. That was around the time.
Early Dave, I mean, Dave before he went to Africa.
Oh, yeah, it's two different people, 100%.
Yeah, two different people. So early Dave was a little bit more, you know what I'm saying, had a little bit, but that's what I'm saying, bro.
He gained some weight, started working out, and he was like, nah, I'm an intellectual now.
Yeah, and he just, again, he was true to himself.
Yeah.
Like, when you think about Dave, yeah, he could act silly and stuff, but what he went through and his mental, like, he's not the same. So if he would have went up there and tried to do those same jokes with the same energy or the same, like, acting like he did before, it wouldn't have worked, because that's not him at the time. So, like, he had to be true to himself, and he's so, like, calm now, and he's so at peace with everything. So when he on stage, he's calm and at peace. Whereas Richard Pryor was going through some shit. So on stage, it was a lot of shit. Like, but they both beautifully put it into comedy. Like, and that's why comedians is such a small, like, we such a small group, is because most people with the traumas and the shit that we go through and the sadness that we be having, most people would either be like depressed, or they would be like seeing a therapist, or they would be like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They would deal with it differently. Drunks, whatever.
Yeah.
Comedians take all our shit and we be like, damn, I'm gonna give it to y'all and make y'all laugh about my shit.
Yeah. Did you see what Tony Baker was doing?
Tony Baker, like,
same.
He turned to comedy, bro. He couldn't help himself, because even though he was like, bro, this absolutely sucks, he couldn't help but make himself laugh by saying, this some musty ass grieving. Like, the fact that you call your grieving musty, like, I know when he wrote that shit, even as sad as he was, he had a smirk. He was like, musty ass grief. Like, and that's what I'm saying, perfect. Bro. It's so genius. You just turn again, the best comedians turn what they're going through into laughter and enjoyment for others, because we all go through similar shit. So when people hear about him grieving about some musty ass grieving, they gonna take that same shit, and when something happen to them, they gonna be like, this musty ass grieving. It's gonna help them.
Yeah,
it's gonna help them get through. Like, because Tony Baker went up there and took the chance that you might laugh at his pain.
That's what's up. Yeah. Hey, there you go. We learned a lot today. But anyway, last two segments. Random question of the day. So we got this hat, No Tax Out podcast producers behind the scenes made this big old hat. I always say this, people don't think it's real, but it is. Put a bunch of ideas for season 2, and I think this would be like episode 4 or 5. Not entirely sure yet, but and we got a bunch of random questions. Last season, it was if you could have any superpower, what would it be, and how would you use it to make money? But this season, we got the random question. I kind of wanted to make it about food a little bit. Then we and wife last night was talking about banana flavored candy. Okay, it's disgusting. Except Laffy Taffy. But let me get to the question. We're talking about flavors of candy, and so the question is, if you could get rid of one flavor of candy, what would it be and why? I personally said banana. It's pointless. It's a pointless flavor.
One flavor of candy.
Yeah, because we looked up banana flavor, and I'll let you think. We looked it up, and it's just like, if you think about Laffy Taffy, you're gonna get like the cherry and the grape. It's like really kind of sweet. You know what I'm saying? But the banana, it don't give you much. It's just like, I'm here. Yeah, I taste like banana.
So, I'm gonna tell you what's weird. I don't eat a lot of candy.
Okay.
So, like, I'm thinking, but there are two things that come to mind that I absolutely hate that are flavors. And that is, like, I don't like coconut. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Like an Almond Joy, that is fucking disgusting. If I catch you eating an Almond Joy, I will judge you for the rest of my life. Like,
you don't get no play.
Like, Almond Joys is like, I take coconuts out and then mint, like mint chocolate.
Like the Girl Scout cookies, the thin
mint ice cream, or thin mint, like any mint and chocolate. That shit is disgusting. That is chocolate toothpaste, you nasty fuckers. You out here eating it.
Somebody said, I want chocolate in my breath to smell good after. Like, somebody just put that together.
Like, chocolate don't even make your breath stink, bro. That's what
it's weird. People was like, man, you gotta try. I never forget it. I think I'm like middle school. You gotta try Thin Mints. You gotta try Thin Mints. I bet the hype is on Thin Mints. I think I had like a little lunch money. I didn't even eat lunch that day. I remember this. I didn't even eat lunch that day to go buy some Thin Mints from this little Girl Scout after school. The most disgusting cookie I've ever had in my life. I mean, just on purpose. Like, this y'all best selling cookie at the time? Thin Mints?
Man, they know that wasn't the best selling cookie.
It is. No, it was at the time. Because
that's also because you know, white people be buying them cookies. You feel me? Man. And they be liking them things. My mama like them too, though. So I guess that shit just nasty. Them two flavors.
My dad loves coconut. Speaking of, and I love chocolate chip cookies. It's just regular chocolate chip cookies. So our medium ground. We'll go to Walmart. He would get the Chips Ahoy with the coconut in it. I'm like, you destroy the entire, because you can't really pick coconut out. It's just in it. It's so small.
I'm mad you hate no banana flavor though.
Yo, because
what's wrong with banana?
Okay, so it's supposed to be quote unquote derived from the actual fruit. So you know, okay, it's gonna taste like a strawberry, a cherry. But banana is not really sweet. It's just like
grape don't taste like grape. But I know you like grape.
It depends, because some grape tastes like medicine. I've had some grapes taste like mint, but you have to be like a sugary grape. And then you gotta have like if you don't put enough grape in it, grape 45, whatever you do, then it's just like cough medicine. It tastes like Robitussin.
Man,
but banana, it just don't do it for me, dog. I don't know. It's just,
what candy is flavored banana first off, other than Laffy Taffy?
We also looked that up. 1 second. Hold on. I think I still got it. Let me see. Let's just do banana.
That's my other question.
We couldn't even think of them. We had to look it up. Banana flavor.
Exactly. So why you want to get rid of something that I ain't even got?
Because some in my soul just told me that it was banana. I never enjoyed
banana.
You never reached in a bag or anything and was like, yo, give me the banana one first. You never done that.
I mean, I like the banana popsicle. I might not get it first, but it's tasty. You hating on the banana, bro. I'm really I'm kind of confused at what banana did.
Let me see. It disrespectful.
What did banana do to Jake?
All right, so you got the now and later chewy banana. You got the banana Laffy Taffy. And then okay, so you remember it's called the I gotta show it to you on the camera in a second. It's almost tasted like chalk. It was kind of a hard candy. You bite the banana, it was shaped like a banana, like you know what I'm saying? It was like, man.
What kind of candy was y'all eating in Alabama, boy?
Man, you feel me? It was rough out here, dog. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this, but I gotta find it.
I ain't gonna spend too much time on this, but we gonna find this.
We got
I need to know what candy you was talking about. You hating on banana.
What is? Oh my god! I'm gonna find this. Y'all, I promise you I'm gonna put this in the bio. It keeps sending me to Amazon. Why does it keep sending me to Amazon? I'm sorry. This is super awkward. Y'all, I'll stay on the video.
Yeah, that ain't got nothing to do.
Yeah.
He probably gonna edit this little part out. We gonna find it in like 2 seconds. Y'all gonna think we need.
That's a good. I think I should. Yo, okay. It looked like this, but I can't find the actual name of it. Hold on. Like that. You know what I'm talking about? It was with some other hard candy.
Runts.
Yeah.
Runts.
You had the banana flavor Runts.
The fucking banana was good.
It was garbage. It tasted like it's like it evened all the other. Cause all the others was good. It was like sugary, sweet, bited.
The banana was
you put
good,
the banana in there. It's just like no, it's like adding salt to like a confectionery sweet or something. Like it was just trying to even it out.
Nah, you was hating, bro. I can't believe you hating on banana Runts, bro. Like
Runts.
You gonna get flamed, bro. People are gonna be upset that you hating on banana Runts. Well, that is like the most random thing to hate on.
Tag me in it. Put that. All right, last segment is the scripture. No matter what you believe in, you can leave the video or the podcast if you want, but I want to make sure that people get some scripture.
No, fuck you can't. You better get this, Jesus.
You feel me? So okay, we on the same page. Great. So there are no particular scriptures necessarily about laughter per se. Because it kind of like
because the Bible wasn't no laughing matter.
Well, yeah, so like it kind of was like, laugh in the face of evil type stuff, or I laugh at my enemies or whatever. So then I was like, okay, cool. What does laughter bring? Joy, happiness, right? And so I got to Psalms, and so this particular scripture is just for you. Nobody will ever get it. Nobody's gotten in the past. Nobody will ever get in the future. And I always tell people when I run out of scriptures, I guess I just be like, Jesus wept or something. I don't know. But you got a lot of scriptures in the Bible.
Right.
You're right. So it's from Psalms 126:5. It says, those who sow with tears will reap with songs of joy. So I'm sorry, those who sow with tears will reap with songs of joy. And so then I got into the piece of joy versus happiness. And it definitely ties into what we were talking about today. It's like, what you deciding to do as a comedian to make people laugh, like you said, laughing through trauma and pain. It brings people joy ultimately. I know we hear a lot of comedians talking about, yes, man, it's like if just for an hour, I was going to transport people to a place to where it's all good. Let's just forget about our problems, laugh for an hour. And so what you're doing, and you're good at it, right? That's the difference. So we talk about that too. What you're doing, man, is like, it's invaluable for sure. I don't think you can ever have too many because we need joy. We need laughter. And that's what you're spreading. And so it's, again, it said, you sow with tears. So you're putting in the work. The tears from your comedy might be your joke of all time, right? But it's coming from a hard place. But you're gonna reap, the songs of joy. It's about praise, but I think it ties in very well to what we're talking about. What you think?
That was like, I've been sitting over here speechless because I'm just like, damn, bro. Remember when that's like the best comedians is the ones who got the saddest shit or went through the most shit. Like they you know what I'm saying? They sold with their tears of joy, and then they was able to give us a joyful song, like special shit. That shit is crazy, yeah. My boy picked that verse right there, boy. Hell yeah. I don't even know if you can say hell yeah to something in the Bible.
Yes, you
can. Be like, hell yeah, on God. That
On
shit
God,
right
no, that verse was on me. Right. My wife just texted me
Can you say
runts.
on God about something that God do?
Yes.
Like on God,
I
God
say it
did
often. My wife, she get mad at me for saying it, but I'm like, oh God. But I'd be like, God dang, God damn it. She's like, no, you don't say. I said, God damn it. I didn't say God damn it. It's difference.
Now I'm saying, like, can you be like, on God, God got my back?
Yes, absolutely. I feel like he can. Because he said it.
Yeah, because then it's like a double promise, just in case he don't want to do it that day. It's like,
right.
on God,
Because you say on my mama, then it gotta be like real, or else something gonna happen to it. So if he already said it, if you sow with your tears, you're gonna reap some joy. On God, you gonna reap some joy, bro. On God.
on God, on God, on God. All right, I smell what we stepping in.
And then I heard that somebody say he was God was talking to Jesus. He was like, on me, that's the best food I ever had.
On me, on God,
on me and my son, the Holy Trinity. But no, so that's good, man. I just want to make sure people got some scripture. I want to just thank you for we out of here for just taking time out your day and being the dopest individual ever for the episode, bro. I love what you're doing. I know people, when I say it, I mean it. I'm not just saying it for whatever. Like everybody I have on here, I genuinely rock with, been following for a long time, and just appreciate the stuff that they're putting out. And it's noticed. I want you to hear it, give you your flowers now. It's noticed what you do. And yeah, man, that's it. Any last words for the people out there?
Hey man, y'all just need to tap into all these other episodes. Obviously, my boy's on something dope. Go follow my comedy page, Comedian Mitch, the YouTube page. Shooting a special soon because we want to get out all the jokes that we did in the first year. We're gonna get them out. So we're gonna shoot the special, and then that'll be up on YouTube probably before the end of the year.
That's what's up. I can't wait. Hey, I'll be the first one to get it. We gonna buy it? You just gonna put it out? How you gonna put it out?
Oh man, that's probably we have no idea.
At least $1. Like, that's what Kev on stage be doing. Like at least $1, man. Tap in, get the good comedy, YouTube link or whatever. Call it a day.
I got 2 ideas. It might be free, and it might be free and for everybody, or it might just be for certain people.
I feel it. I'm gonna support either way.
So we'll see.
This has been another edition of the No Tact Talk podcast. Is always a reminder to live life on purpose and always live with a little no tact in your life. Peace. Thank you for watching the latest episode of the No Tact Talk podcast. This is a reminder to like the video, comment on the video, and share it if you think somebody would enjoy it as well. We also want to make the podcast better, so if you see anything that you don't like or you think we should do a little bit more of, hey, leave it in the comments and let us know. Feedback is greatly appreciated, okay? Also, another friendly reminder, go to the No Tact Talk website. It's going to be in the bio of this video, and just check it out. It's everything about me. It's where you can find me, where you can reach out to me. We also have merchandise. It's some dope, listen to me, it's some dope merchandise, so check that out too. But more importantly, click the salvation tab to learn more about salvation, how I came to Christ a little bit, and you also can send that video to somebody else so they can get saved. Yes, they can actually get saved through video. But anyway, it's a bunch more stuff on there. I will see you guys with the next episode of the No Tact Talk podcast. Peace.